And we are live. Welcome to Pros Only TV. You're here with myself, Roland. You can see I've got a big smile on my face. United beat Newcastle 4-1 in the Premier League this afternoon. 2 goals from Ronaldo on his home debut or re-debut, second debut, whatever you want to call it, bruv. He's back. The ruler is back. And he scored 2 goals in his debut. 1 goal from Bruno, the finisher from Lingard. Boy, we're going to break down the game in a minute. But before I do anything and before we break anything down, I need everybody to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Get into those comments, man. Get interacting with us, and we're just going to go through the show together. But it is what it is. Let's start. Let's go.
Tropicana.
Yes, people, we are back in the building, man. I'm streaming. There's a lot over these next few days. Obviously, Champions League is coming, the League Cup is starting, and the league is in full flow. But yeah, man, let's get into today's game, man. Obviously, Manchester United beat Newcastle 4-1 in the Premier League. Boy, it was a game, man. Like, the first 20 minutes, we were pressing and probing, keeping the ball, but Newcastle was sitting deep. And it was like, oh, no, it's going to be one of those days again where the low block is here. And boy, it's peak. And you're thinking to yourself, like, are we going to be able to break this down? We were struggling to break it down last season, but we're back. New season, we're expecting something different. And then, the game goes on just before halftime. That man again, Cristiano, inevitable Ronaldo. Man hit the SIUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUU. It must have been glorious. I'm jealous for everybody that was there. But boy, obviously that goal goes in. We go into halftime 1-0 up. And then you're saying to yourself, all right, let's kick on. Let's get some more goals. Midway through the second half, Newcastle get an equalizer. Couple of mistakes. Shaw getting spun. Maguire getting sat down. People trying to dive in and get the tackle in, and Manquillo gets the equalizer. And then, boy, it's that point where you're like, rah, his head's dropping. And it's like, whoa, come on, like let's get onto it. And when you got Ronaldo on your side, your head can't drop. The standards are so high, the level is too high that you're not going to be able to drop. You have to keep going. And then we go again. Shaw gets the ball, and then a nice ball into Ronaldo. He hits it, goes through the keeper's legs. Second goal for him on his debut. What can you say, man? And then you've got Bruno with a rocket. And then Lingard comes on and gets his goal to kill the game off. What can I say, man? It was a great performance all round. Nothing you can say about it, man. But let's break it down properly. So the lineups, obviously, before the game actually started, I predicted the lineup that actually came out. So if you go back and watch my other stream when we did the preview with Realist TV, I predicted that lineup, man. The Hair in goal, Maguire and Varane at centre half, Wan-Bissaka at right fullback, and Shaw at left fullback. In that midfield, I said it was going to be a double pivot, and I predicted Pogba and Matic in that pivot. There wasn't going to be any Donny business, and to be honest, we can't even complain. When Oli, I think one thing about Oli is he's very stubborn, wrong and strong. He doesn't care. So all of the media speculation surrounding Donny, the agent coming out, him going on that Rio Ferdinand podcast and talking about he can play in this position and that position. Unfortunately for him, Oli wasn't going to listen. And to be honest, today it worked, Matic and Pogba. And we're going to speak a bit about that double pivot and why it's going to be pivotal across the season, and can Matic actually do it later on in the episode. But yeah, so that double pivot of Pogba and Matic, and I know a lot of fans were a bit hesitant, of Pogba going into that pivot. But when you see the way it was working well today, they are probably the best combination, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And then obviously Bruno in the 10, and I wasn't sure about who was going to play off the left, because I knew Ronaldo was going to play up top, and I knew Greenwood was going to play on the right, because you can't leave both of those out. But on the left, I wasn't too sure. I was like, maybe Sancho may come in, may sit out, and Martial will come in on the left because Sancho had that knock over the international break. and then Martial will kind of take over. He had a bit of form. I think he hit a couple of goals over the international break, so he comes in. But he went with Sancho, which I think was a good move. And you saw from his performance today where things are starting to click. He's getting a bit more of a relationship with some of his teammates, and things are getting off. And I think watching the next couple of games, you're going to see him. He's going to be right up there with everybody else on that level. But I mean, yeah, so that was a lineup, and you can't be surprised. But the real business, man, the real business right now is Ronaldo, that debut, 2 goals. Like, you saw the raw just before the game happened. And you know, like the roar from the crowd cheering him on. And it just took me back, man. It took me back to 2003 when Ronaldo made his debut, man. When he came off the bench, 60th minute against Bolton, it just took me back, man. Like, and I was just like, wow, this is really happening. He's really making his comeback at the club after 12 years. And you know what you're going to get with this Ronaldo. You're going to get a guy who just doesn't stop scoring. And this is what we're guaranteed. We're guaranteed goals from this guy, even at 36 years old. But he's not 36, like, in terms of his age, his ability, his body. Like, he's ready to put in a full shift every game this season. Like, and I'll say that hands down, every single game he'll be available. Like, he's not going to be sitting out. He's not going to be happy to sit out, you know? So he's ready. And you can already tell he's risen the level of the team already. Like, I think his presence has risen. Like, you can see how now, because he's in the team, he's now the focal point that basically all he's been looking for in terms of a center forward. He's not the type of center forward maybe that the profile that you'd be looking for, maybe, but he's definitely going to guarantee you a goal, and he's going to score all types of goals. He's going to score headers. He's going to score tap-ins. He will even try a 30-yarder. He'll try a bicycle kick. He'll try and do everything, you know, to get that goal. So I mean, 2 goals on his debut, it's just amazing to see. And you know what? Like, he's the best player in the Premier League by far. And I'll say that now with my chest. I do not care. He's 36 or whatever. You've got all these other players. They're wonderful players in the league. They can name them all, but they don't top Ronaldo, even at 36. Boy, 2 goals. Dream debut for him and for the fans too. Let me get into some comments before I move on. Big up Brush in the building. Popcorn Gang, as always, you already know what it is. Big up Manchester Mania. When you know the title of the video, but even before it's released, come on, you already know. We had the conversation in the DMs. Yeah, he's giving his score ratings. De Gea with a 7. I mean, he's my number 1, but it is what it is. Wan-Bissaka is the weakest link in this side right now, and I hate to say it, if you're a Wan-Bissaka fan, his position in this team is looking a little bit peak. With Ronaldo there, you're going to expect, you need crosses from that right-hand side as well. You need a bit more contribution from the fullbacks, and he's looking a bit sticky right now, but we have to wait and see how the season pans out for him. Maguire with a 6, he made that mistake for that goal. And, you know, his partner Varane played really well. And we're going to speak about Varane. Solid again. 2 games for United he's played. Solid in both of them. He hasn't put a foot wrong. And that's what world class is. Luke Shaw with a 9. He got the assist for the Ronaldo goal. Played generally well. He got spun for the equalizer. But I'll give you that, man. Everybody's gassed for today. I'm going a bit too far. Matic with a 7 today. He played well today, man. That combination with Pogba in that pivot, it's interesting. I'm going to speak a bit more about it in depth as we get later into the show, because his performance was really good. But can he sustain that over a long period of time across the course of a season? Because a lot of people have said that he's not got the legs. But we have to wait and see. We'll discuss it a bit more later. Pogba with a 9. He was unreal today. Unreal. He's even assisting Burner Boy at Park Life after the game. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Big up Bruno. He got that rocket. Wow, it's crazy, man. Like, we talk about him, and I saw a tweet like 2 days ago that made me laugh. Where they said that he plays like he's like his injury time. And, you know, we want him to take his time and keep it simple. But when you can produce moments like that, what can you say, man? What can you say? Sancho with a 6. I mean, I think that's fair. I think Sancho and Greenwood, it was fair. I think their main focus is to try and feed Ronaldo. And that's basically what happened, man. Like, you know, they were trying to do their utmost to give Ronaldo an opportunity to score. And that's one thing Greenwood's going to have to learn when he's playing on his right-hand side, that he can't always be selfish and look for goal. He's going to have to start creating as well to contribute to this team. And I think that's going to help his overall game in the end when he eventually moves into that centre forward position where he's not just going to be a guy that they look to play towards goal. He can also play back to goal, receive the ball into feet, and bring in other players into play. And he's going to learn that a lot with Ronaldo being able to assist him. So it's going to be interesting there. Ronaldo with a 10. You can't argue with that, man. That's a dream debut, bro. You can't argue with a 10. So I'm keeping it as a 10. I got a guest coming into the stream right now. Big up my guy Quab.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Very good, man. Very good.
You're happy in it. Today's result was the one. You know what I mean?
At first, I mean, in the beginning, I was kind of skeptic because like we wasn't crossing the ball in and stuff. So I was like, this might not be it. Then the floodgates opened, you know, and hey, CR7 came through. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I've always ever since he left us, I've always been the one like, oh, I don't like him no more. But now, like, you know, the love is coming back.
yeah. I hear you, man. Like a lot of people have been the same, man. They've been just like, yo, man, he left us in the lurch, like, you know, and like I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, but you know what? I still appreciate everything he was doing on the pitch, though, man. At Real Madrid, he became a machine.
Definitely,
machine.
That's the thing, though. He went to a team that I hate, so it was more like that love was not there at all, you know. But today he showed why he's an elite player, you know. And like I feel like we need him, you know. Like he said after the press conference, like he said, we still need a maturity, you know, and I feel like he is like probably like the father figure in the dressing room that will keep us, you know, intact. Because I mean, yeah, so happy, man.
Come on. Let me get into some more comments before we get into some more topics. We got Manchester Mania. He said Van der Beek Martial got a 6. Yeah, they came on for like 6 minutes, 10 minutes or so. Lingard with a 7. Yeah, he scored the goal today. He looks like he's happy, man. He's happy with the vibes. I mean, you know, he gets to play with Ronaldo and all of that.
And all this, you know. So I mean, I don't blame him, you know. So I just, like I said, I just hope that Van der Beek gets more playing time because I feel like we have a lot in that guy that we can use, you know. And he, like he said in his interview, he can play the 6, the 10, and the 8. So there's no way that you cannot use him.
I think people maybe overreacted a little bit too much. Come on, man. We're 4 games into the season. There's a lot of football to be played. I think he's going to get his chance. But you know, it's a lot. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it more in the show about him. But let me just finish off these comments and then we can move on to the next topic. Big up Eagle Eye Football. Rich man said that Udard. Yeah, I mean, he scored 2 goals on his debut today. I mean, bro, Spurs got packed in, and I know this. I know Rich is gassed right now, and tomorrow we'll talk about it. But
I'm telling you, man, them boys in London, I don't know, but Spurs.
Come on, man. Said, okay, I'm convinced Donny has violated Ollie somehow. Well, he might have, you know. We don't know what happens, man. Like behind the scenes, we don't know because maybe he don't trust him. Maybe something's happened. Boy, it is what it is. Big up Brush in the building, man like Paul Labill, cuz come on, man. Paul Pogba.
Listen, man, my man bagged 2 assists and went to a festival with Bruno Boy. Like,
yeah,
that's a good day.
That's a good day, boy.
Like everybody. I keep saying this, bro. I don't know why people still doubt my guy, though. Like, listen,
the disrespect is too much, man. Like from the fan base is way too much. Like,
way too much.
Like, do you not see what this guy does on the pitch? Like, he's the guy. Like, how do you not see it? But hey,
we move, you know.
We move, innit? We move because, like, if you can't see it, that's up to you.
Look, what he got? 7 assists in 4 games.
In 4 games, he's gonna break that record. I think the record is held by Henry, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it's like 16 assists or something small. It's not a lot. I don't know what it is exactly. I'll check, but
because I thought De Bruyne was almost the one. Wait, hold up. I think De Bruyne was the one who was almost about to beat it or something like that.
I don't know the exact number. If it's I know it's not more than 25 assists.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let me just this comment here. Henry and KDB are tied. So
20.
Yeah, 20 or something. Yeah. So I feel like 4 games in, Paul's gonna do it with the guys we've got up front that can score goals.
I'm telling you,
he's gonna do it. So
I'm telling you,
and
he's gonna put that. I hate when people try to compare him to KDB because like I'm like, look, KDB is not on his level. Like, please stop it.
Yeah, they're not the same. Like they're really not the same. Brush says Varane looks so assured at the back, even when he's not at his best. It shows up how shy Slabhead is. I mean, look, Varane today. I mean, you can tell how much of an elite player he is. Like he's come in, and it's as if like it's just normal for him. Like people said the Premier League was going to be tough and he was going to struggle against certain people. But he's not. He's just like brushing it off.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit because at Madrid he was very like mistake prone, and I could tell. And I'm like, him and Maguire, they are prone to mistakes. But hey, there's a different level to this Varane. I'm just like.
I feel like he's done some work off in the off season, where like either he's decided to become more aggressive in his play, or he's just stronger. Because there was a few moments in the game where I just saw him like he's clattering into Joe Linton because he's just like, I want to win this ball. And it's like I wasn't expecting that from him. I thought he was going to be a bit of a classier defender, stay on your feet, pass the ball out from the back, sweep up. But no, he's been just like, I'm gonna take you out. I'm taking the ball with you.
Mentally, he's there.
Yeah, he's. I mean, the thing about it is, I feel like from when he came in and the way he spoke about the club and the challenge that he wanted, you could already tell he was ready. He knew what he wanted to do, and that's what he's doing right now. So, I mean, Vibes FD in the cut. He said, I might have called him Nando's Joe Linton before he joined. Boy.
That's one thing about our fan base. We quick.
Hey, Vibes, you're coming with the heat, man. You're coming with the heat. I like it. I like it. Big up Brush again. He said, I said he was still my G when I thought he was going to City. I mean, you know what? When I heard he was going to City, I was like, there's no loyalty in football. I understand you're trying to win some trophies, stat pad yourself some more trophies than that. But I mean, certain United fans were saying you're a snake, you're this, you're that.
Yeah. I actually didn't believe it. I thought he was gonna go to either PSG or somewhere else. I wasn't really like. I did not believe it because everyone knows how City does its transfer. They will not pay certain wages. City are very like particular in instances in some things. So I was like, it's just rumors, Yeah.
I mean, I need to be honest, I didn't know what to believe because the way this thing works. Like the rumor comes out, then everybody just jumps on it, and it becomes a whole story. And for me, I was just waiting to see what happened. But the next day when you saw United jumped in, and then it was crazy. How did you feel?
It was kind of more like a bittersweet, like like I said, I was like, I think Messi is a better player than him, and I've always been a Messi guy, But then at the same time, I was like, dog, I was like, look, I don't care what nobody says, like this dude is gonna bring something, So I was like excited. I was like, bro, forget all that hate. Hey, bro, come on. I will drive you to this city, every game, bro. I'll take you there.
Yeah,
like, let's go.
That's it, man. Like, I mean, you already know what he's coming to bring. That mentality, is the big one. But then the goals too, because he's 36, but he's still gonna back goals. I said 20 goals minimum in the Premier League.
You could tell today when like the crosses wasn't coming in, he was still like it was like he was sniffing. He knew that my chance is gonna come. Like the first goal, it reminded me exactly of Chicharito.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just know where to be, and that's what I think maybe we did not have. I mean, we had that in Cavani, but like, how many minutes will you get from Cavani? And Martial plays a different kind of ball, So it's like he's perfect.
Yeah, I hear you. But hey, let's get into some more comments before we move on, man, because there's a lot of people commenting right now. Large up Tevez every time too. He's a pagan. I'm not allowing that now. After
Hey,
we
that's
saw
my
the
guy, though. I'm sorry.
when you saw the welcome to Manchester from City, I was like, nah, I'm done. I don't want to know who this guy is anymore. And he celebrated like when he scored at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And then when City won the title, he was going mad. Nah, I'm cool. And vibes is the same. I don't think I'm in that. We went through this comment. It was really Pogba is about to hit that Booker T Hogan promo on this record. Henri, we're coming for you. I big up vibes every time, bro.
Dude.
I big up Ferbs as well in the cut. Spurs are in the mud. Blessings and greetings, everyone. Viva Ronaldo. Come on, my guy. Glory, glory, Man United. You know what it is. You already know what it is. We violated 10, bro. In 08, we had the coldest front three. Then Berber came in and effed on the face. And we had all season to take up that option, but Tevez didn't move to the last minute, leaving out the Champions League final. Big mistake. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the beginning of the game. So we dominated the ball a lot. We had a lot of possession in that first half.
Yeah.
We couldn't find an opening, and Newcastle were sitting deep. And you were thinking to yourself, it's like, is it one of those days again where it's the low block and we can't break them down? How did you feel we kind of felt that first half out? Did you enjoy it? Like, was it a bit boring for you? Or we, we did.
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoyed Baker.
We got Bick in the building. Man's outside.
Yes, sir.
Man's got the United grip on. Man's got the mask on. What's going on, my guy?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
What
I'm
you
outside my barber right now.
Hey, man got gas and went to go get a trim.
United fans moving different, bro. I'm telling you. You can't tell no United fan nothing. I'm telling you right now, bro. Everybody moving different.
Man got gassed and then went to go get a trim because United won. It's different. Hey, it feels different. Big up KG.
Man. Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
I would say like I was on the edge though. I'm not gonna lie, because Newcastle they knew they were gonna lose.
Yeah,
I feel like they knew, because when their third string goalie always had the ball, he would just waste time.
Wasting time.
And I was like, what's only one player was more like, I'm attacking, and I think that was their plan to make what was his name?
Saint Maximin.
Yeah, Saint Maximin just like attack, and hopefully something happens.
Yeah.
But then that wasn't going. But like, I play FPL, and I was very hesitant on bringing Ronaldo in, just because I feel like we wasn't crossing enough.
Whoa! You can't do that. Ronaldo's scoring regardless. You already know this, bro.
Yeah, actually, listen though. The first half, I'm like, man, it's gonna be a long day, because we wasn't crossing. We wasn't finding, like, we were playing how we always play. Get the ball, dribble in, trying to, So I was like, let's see. And I believe that if the first goal did not come in the first half, things will be different.
Yeah, I think, because that first goal, like, especially if it goes in just before halftime, then it deflates everybody in terms of the opposing team, and then you can come out second half confident and everything like that. Yeah, because I mean, when I was watching it, like, I was just like, we're not really creating much. Ronaldo's making runs, but the players aren't trying to find him, especially that right hand side as well, because Wan-Bissaka, whenever he gets the ball, he doesn't go outside of his man. He comes inside after the ball. So I was like, when is it going to come? And then obviously we got a little opening from Greenwood. He shoots, deflection on it, keeper spills it, and Ronaldo's right there.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Bick, man? Like, how was that first half for you, man? How were you on edge? Were you expecting a goal from Ronaldo? What was you saying, man?
I mean, I think I'd be amiss if I wasn't expecting a goal from Ronaldo, man. It's the Hollywood, debut, you know what I mean? Or the return. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I missed a little bit of the first half, but based on what I saw for about 5-10 minutes, I actually had to leave before the first goal. But I was a bit frustrated because, you got Sancho, you got Ronaldo, you got Greenwood, you got Messi, you got Bruno, you got Pogba, you have everybody. starting. Like this is the optimal starting lineup, except for Matic, obviously. I don't know. I mean, that's another thing. You know, Ole starting Matic and Pogba together, but I mean, you have so much talent out on that field, and you're not getting a goal. So I was a bit, I guess anxious, but you know, Starboy Mace cuts in, takes a shot, and then who else? Who else? I mean, who else
Who
pops
else?
up like that?
Come on.
It's Ronaldo's bread and butter. He's always been at the right place at the right time. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know about you guys, but when he said, "See," like the first Old Trafford "see" is completely different, bro. It's next level. So
Yeah.
I was very
Come on,
happy.
man.
The only thing from the performance that I'm still worried about is our back line, because if you look at Manquillo's goal, it comes out from two passes, boom, boom, boom. Almiron gets the ball, he flicks it over, and then St. Maximin. ASM is still a problem. Newcastle
Yeah.
are very shaky, but ASM will always be a problem. So, for him, I think Varane was a bit indecisive too. Someone his quality, he should be
Yeah.
stepping to ASM just that 1 second
Yeah.
earlier. But Manquillo goes and he just scores, and I think Javier Manquillo used to play for Liverpool too. You guys remember
Yeah.
before he went
Yeah.
back to Atletico and then to Newcastle?
Then
I think it
went
was
back.
Sevilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it had to be a former Liverpool boy to try and ruin everything. But
Yeah.
I think that pass from Lucia to Ronaldo, and then classic
Yeah.
Ronaldo finish with his left foot. We get another two, and then afterwards, man, that goal. I mean, Pogba finding Bruno, bruh, that was
Hey,
icing on
that
the cake. And
shot.
then yeah, icing on the cake. And then Lingard too. That dummy by Martial. I know you guys saw that dummy by
Yeah.
Martial.
Yeah.
Lingard comes in, puts
It's
the
it's
icing in the cake. So.
it was Pogba's little movement. He dropped his shoulder, went past one, then he flicked the ball into Martial dummy. Whew.
By the way, can we talk?
Yo.
Can we talk about? I know Ronaldo gets the headlines, but can we talk about Pogba, please? 7 assists in his first
7
4 games.
assists.
Hey,
Can we talk about that,
hey,
please? Give him some flowers, please.
let me get my math right. It's up
Bro,
to, yo,
that
I might
guy,
be the
yeah.
man, but I'm telling you right now, that 21 he's gonna get.
I'm telling you, man, like there's no way he's not breaking that record this season with the amount of firepower up front. Like
Definitely.
he got robbed of it. Remember when Ibrahimovic was here?
Yeah.
And there were so many assists, and Ibrahimovic missed so many chances, right? He robbed him of that assist record. It's not happening this season with Ronaldo, Cavani, Greenwood, Bruno. It's not
All of
happening.
them.
Trust me, he's breaking that record, and it will be there forever. I guarantee it. It'll be at least 30 goals.
For real.
For real. Let's talk about Newcastle for a little bit. So St. Maximin, yeah, he was a problem in that first half, especially whenever Newcastle were on the break. And as you said, Quab, yeah, that they literally set up for a counter attack where ASM would just go and try and do something.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a problem, and then just touching on what Big said, that the back line looked a bit shaky when there was a bit of pace running in at them. What do you think, is like an issue with our back line, and how did Newcastle try and exploit it? Just give me your little views on that.
I think they did it perfectly. Look at with Almiron and Saint Maximin, right? Almiron was that little guy who would just break out mid, and Saint Maximin was the one who just used strength and power, and just like Saint Maximin reminds me of that one player. Once we all have that one friend, right? He just knows how to do tricks. When he gets the ball, the first that's coming to mind is just dribble. That's how he is. He dribbles. So if you're not smart enough, he's always going to create fouls. So I feel like as a team, we just have to know how to contain players like that. Because there's those type of players in the Premier League. And with our back line, honestly, I don't know. I feel like we are comfortable getting a goal, then coming. United always want to be on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't get why.
It is a frustrating thing, to be honest with you. Like, why do we have to get hit with a goal and then all of a sudden we wake up and then start doing what we need to do? But yeah, man, like I think the back line will struggle with like players with a lot of like pace. Like you saw in the game against Wolves, Adama Traore was moving mad the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
and luckily there was no goal out of it. But like, there's players like that in the Prem that
Yeah.
do stuff like this to us, and we can't have
Definitely.
that week in, week out. So, Big, what are you saying, man? How do you think ASM played, and do you think that pacey players will help our will hinder our chances of defending well in games? We lost him for a bit. He's having a bit of technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on. Talk to me about Greenwood.
Hey, listen, I'm always gonna say this. If I was him, I would switch my alliance to Jamaica because England don't deserve it. Hey, I'm gonna let you know right now. Cause you can't tell me my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
You can't tell me he does not deserve to be in that England team. Okay.
Yeah, he does. He does.
You can't tell me that. Like, look at what that boy is doing. There's no young kid right now balling like him. Like, come on. You know, the dude is he's just a talent. Right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. You know, like,
for sure.
And it's like, this year I feel like he's playing with anger. I can tell.
Yeah.
You know, last season he was more like, okay, I'm still new, I'm still a kid, you know. But this season it's like, nah, yo, you guys gotta give me some my respect.
Yeah, I mean,
this
season he's different. Like, so just the way he's like running off the ball. Let me bring Vic back in. Just the way Greenwood is like kind of running off the ball. Yeah. So the game against Leeds when he got his goal, right? If you saw the way he peeled off of the last defender and then he ran into the space when Pogba gave him that ball for him to score that goal. And it's just something that I think he's added to his game this season. So, like, even now with Ronaldo coming in, there's going to be a difference in his game because now Ronaldo's the main man. He's the focal point. He now has to start learning how to create goals for other people too and bring other people into the play, not just to shoot himself. And I think he's going to be really good for that. In a few more years, you're going to see a very complete striker. Like
I'm telling you,
even better than a Harry Kane. I think.
And
you know what I mean,
think about it. He's not even playing his position. You know, that's what people got to think about. Like I said, if he can stay in the Prem, and let's say he becomes our main striker, I tell everybody this guy's gonna be bagging goals. Definitely.
Yep.
Vic, what are you saying on Greenwood, man? How do you think his performance was today and his start to the season? Tell me, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
There was one moment in the second half when Matic, I guess he found Greenwood, but he overplayed the pass, and that forced Greenwood a little wide. And you know, Greenwood, he has the speed to track and get the ball, but we're thinking, oh man, Mason, he has to be in if Matic gives him a better ball. But nevertheless, he comes back and he sends a cross in. If it was someone like Pogba with his left foot or Bruno with his right, that cross finds Ronaldo's head. But Mace, I think he put too much on it and then went out for a goal kick. And even Ronaldo, Ronaldo has scored so many goals in the air. Like, this guy's like a basketball player when it comes to his hops. I remember one goal he scored against us in the Champions League. Bernabeu, Patrice Evra was on the ground like this. He couldn't even jump up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that there was one chance that Greenwood, if he put it on the dime, then he would have gotten another assist, and then Ronaldo would have got another goal just like the first goal. So that was the only thing I was disappointed with. But Greenwood, man, Money Mace, come on, man. Like, give Starboy his flowers, man. My older brother and I, we always talk about who's the best Mace. Mason Mount, you can't compare Mason Mount to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood just turned 20. Mason Mount compared to Mason Greenwood is a senior citizen. Mason Mount is 22 years old. He's established. Greenwood is in his third full season at United. I remember his first season when Ole integrated him, I would get frustrated because Ole wouldn't bring him on until the 85th minute. Now, look at Van de Beek. Van de Beek doesn't even get a single minute. At the time, it was kind of like the same thing for Greenwood. Greenwood would probably get the 5 minutes, and it's like, why are you giving Mason Greenwood 5 minutes to get us a game winner? The kid needs more time. He's very talented. Listen, man, Money Mace already has I think he has 3 goals. I think he got a couple assists too. And I think this is what I'm excited for because Ronaldo's back. Money Mace is hitting for him. Jadon Sancho, I'm disappointed. He hasn't, got kicked on, but we know how talented he is.
Yeah,
And then you still have the likes of Rashford that haven't gotten a single minute yet. Dan
Yeah.
James was playing before he got sold, mind you, and that was a coup, by the way. 30 million for Dan James. That's a steal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Because he's nowhere near 30 million. And Lingard, and who was Martial? So it's like we have a depth in terms of attacking options. So I would say, I think Brush is saying how is Bamford ahead of Greenwood for England? I think Bamford is more of a center forward because Greenwood, he can play out on the right, he can play on the wings, but I'm excited, man. We actually have a potent attack now. What we need to do is solidify that backline because we should not be letting goals against the goal against Southampton that we conceded at Southampton, the goal that we conceded today. Those kind of costly goals will cost us points, and those points when we end up losing them points, what we do is teams like City, they gain those points. They gain those extra 2 points. Chelsea, Liverpool, the top four rivals, they're going to gain those extra 2 points. If we solidify our back line, I think we will be good to go. And I don't know if we will win the title this season now that Ronaldo is here. I hope we do. But I know for sure that we do have to get at least top 3. We have to get top 3. That's the expectation
honestly,
this year.
The only difference between us and City is City always bullies the little teams. We don't. We shouldn't be tying against Southampton. That's a no-no. You will never see City rarely lose to these little teams, bro. City, that's how they always win the title.
Yeah.
They get their points from these little teams, then play with the big teams. We need to do that. Bully, because we know how to play with the big teams. That's easy.
Yep.
That's easy for us. We just gotta now find a way to just beat these little teams and stop getting these little 0-0 draws. That's no, bro. Because like I said, this season, bro, we can win the league easily. I don't fear nobody. I don't fear Chelsea. Like you would think Chelsea, but I don't fear Chelsea. I don't fear nobody.
I've been on this. We're winning this title. I was gassed today from that result. I was like, we're winning this thing because at the end of the day, you can't tell me with those players in our squad that we can't win this title. You can't tell me. You can't. But you're right about putting runs of wins against these smaller teams because you have to beat those teams. And the biggest thing for United this season is consistency.
Yes.
In the league, we should be putting together runs of 8 to 10 wins. That's how you win titles. Winning 10 games in a row. Because City do that effortlessly.
Definitely.
Liverpool can do the same. Chelsea can do the same. But I've not seen United put together a run of games where they've won maybe more than 6 in the last 10 years. I swear I haven't seen it. Like, it's crazy. But it is what it is. Let's move on. Talk to me about Rafa.
Roland, real quickly, bro. I actually got to dip in about 5 minutes, but I have two things I want to say before I go.
Yeah, go
ahead. I wanted to ask you guys a question. So how do we feel about this defensive midfield situation? Because Pogba, obviously, we started the season on a left wing. He was doing his thing. Now he reverts back to that, double pivot. That no United fan likes seeing Pogba at a double pivot. But he's back. But he's still creative because he has someone next to him, whether it's Fred, whether it's McTominay, whether it's Matic, like we saw today. Do you guys still think we need a defensive mid? And also, Van de Beek, he's not getting minutes, but do you think we still need a defensive mid like an Ndidi or a Rice, that sort of player, to really win the Premier League this season?
I was about this in my notes in it, so we're going to speak about it now since you brought it up, right? So the combination that happened today with Pogba and Matic, it works. The problem is can it be sustained across a period of time? Because Matic, they say his legs are gone. I don't really think his legs are gone. He's 32 years old. I think it's more, when you're at work, and like it's just demoralizing and you don't like being there. There's people that are around you don't like working with them. So you yourself, you'll be like, oh, I don't really feel, I'm not feeling this. I want to leave. Now he's got Varane. He's got Ronaldo. He's got Sancho. He's got all of these top players around him. Now he's going to raise his level and he's going to be like, okay, we can go again. Maybe he can sustain a full season playing in that pivot because I think it works. The combination works. You've got a defensive-minded midfielder in Matic who is also a progressive passer. So he can pass the ball out from deep. And then
Definitely.
you've got Pogba who has now got the bit of freedom to go a bit forward and do what he does, which we all know what he does. But Quab, what do you think about that?
I still think yes, like we cannot. Personally, we should try Matic. Keep on playing him. Like he might be old, the brains is still there. That never leaves you. And I will go back to this. Let's try Van de Beek. Because like
Yes.
when okay in the double pivot, right? You really we can play Fred and Van de Beek because Van de Beek knows like when to go up and when to stay. Also, he's a very progressive footballer. He always likes to play on the front foot. That's what we like from Fred and McTominay. So that's what I say. Like, I feel like Ole is very one-minded, and I don't know if someone can tell him like, look, bro, we are in an era where we try new things. That's what it is. Just try it. And the boy said it. He's like, yes, and even when Van der Beek was in Ajax, sometimes he would play different positions. And everybody knows these Ajax boys from the academy. They are trained, they are programmed to play a lot of different positions. So there's no way you think this guy cannot do it. So I'm not gonna spend over 100 million on Rice. No, that's waste of money. If I have somebody who I can build up to become that, let's just stop spending money and utilizing what we already have.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But yeah, what do you say to that, Bick? Do you agree, or do you feel like we need to buy?
No. I definitely agree, and that's the thing. I just thought about this. There's competition for places in this team now. Starting from the goalkeeper, there's De Gea at Henderson, right back. Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, center back. Okay, we have Varane and Maguire, but there's Bailly, there's Lindelof, Tuanzebe, I think off loan, but we also have Menji who plays, who can play right back, center back, left back. You have Shaw and Telles.
Yeah.
We know the midfield. And mind you, earlier I didn't even name Juan Mata. Juan Mata is still in the club. And then you also have Hannibal. I think his first. He's a talented kid in the reserves in the academy. I'm probably missing one or two names, but there's competition places in each and every single position. And when you need to compete on multiple fronts, you need depth. You need squad depth because over time, players are going to get hurt. So that's one thing that I agree with. Another thing I wanted to mention, and this is my public apology to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now.
Come on.
You know this. I don't think Quab knows this, but I went on a podcast recently, My Football Heroes, and I had 5 heroes, 1 villain. And that one villain was Cristiano Ronaldo because he was my hero growing up. But because when he went to Real Madrid, I felt like he betrayed us back in 2009. And then his last match before today, obviously, was that Champions League final against Barcelona where Messi scored. He didn't. Eto'o scored. He didn't. We ended up losing that game, and then that last match afterwards, that summer, 80 million moved to Real Madrid. So I felt betrayed, and for the longest, I've held a grudge against Ronaldo. That's why I keep calling Messi my GOAT. Now, at the end of the day, Messi will still be my GOAT, but I want to publicly make known that now I'll have to find another villain because Ronaldo's not my villain anymore. Like I said, when he gets 80,000 packed, Old Trafford, comes back, scores 2 goals, makes his presence felt. Mind you, he scored the game winner too. He scored the first goal, Montillo scored, and then he scored the game winner. The rest were just cherry on top. So, Cristiano Ronaldo, if I know you're not watching this, you probably will never see it in a million years, but this is my public apology to you. You're not my villain anymore. I have to find another villain. On the same note, let's give credit to Messi though real quickly because he did break Pele's record the other day. He got a hat trick. So shout out Messi. Messi will still be my GOAT, but Ronaldo is no longer my villain. I just want to make it out there. So that's it.
You have to take that up with Paul in it because because I chose Ronaldo as one of my heroes, but because when I saw him make his debut, I was like, this kid is special, and I knew it from back then because he was fearless. And he left the club, but he said his dream was Real Madrid, and he didn't hide. He didn't say, "Oh, I put in a transfer request." He said it like a couple years before. He was like, "My dream is to go to Real Madrid." You never know what could happen. And he's back now, so we should all be happy. You know what I mean? If you're a United fan, you should be happy. Um, but yeah, we spoke about Matic and the DM role and all of that, and I feel like we're all in agreement. I feel like he can play that position, but it's just, can he do it across the full season? Well, we have to wait and see. And this is where rotation from Oli is important. So we'll see. But talk to me about Rafael Varane, Champions League Varane, bro. This guy looks like he's ready, made for the Premier League. Talk to me. To me. Come on, man. What are you saying, Big? How do you think
he's
Big gun? Because you have to get out of here, innit? So.
Yeah. It's only got about a minute left. But yeah, listen, Varane, man. I know you guys saw what he did against Wolves. That dream debut, clean sheet, assist. A goal, I think, was it? Yeah, Wan-Bissaka had the goal line clearance, but then he also had another pivotal block. And we were getting cooked. Trincao one side, Adama Traore on the other side. And we were getting cooked, and he mopped them. So at the end of the day, with Rafa Varane, like you said, I think, obviously it's only been 2 games, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. But he has stepped up big time. Maguire looks a better center back next to him. The back line looks a bit more solid next to him. David De Gea looks a better goalkeeper with Varane right in front of him. So I think he's just giving the whole team a boost, honestly. And, that's one thing. We're still shaky at the back line. So I hope Rich feeling froggy after they beat Spurs this morning. Spurs totally, we're not going to get to that, but they hit the self-destruct button. By the way, I had Tanganga on my fantasy team, and he got a red card. I got a -3. I had Michael Antonio on my fantasy team. He got a double yellow.
A red.
So it's just been that kind of day in FPL. But I digress. But yeah, Rafael Varane, man, he's a talented player. I think that's why we wanted to get him. Sir Alex wanted to get him 10 years ago. This, Ronaldo is 12 years in the making. Rafael Varane is 10 years in the making. So it's just one thing that we've been crying out for as United fans. Get these big signings, find a team with depth, play attacking football, and now, hey, listen, Rich, I'm super gassed too. I think we all are after today. Yeah. But yeah, I think the future looks bright for United. Champions League is starting next week, so got to keep the players healthy. And I'm good. But last thing I just want to do, I just want to shout out the merch page too. I got this nice Lazio jersey the other day. Just shout out all the rough football talkers that have been showing love to our merch page, man. We actually dropped some merch the other day, some fresh tees. That's why my barbershop, I had to drop off some shirts for them. But yeah, man, listen, bro, we appreciate you so much, man. We did the first the game of the season against Leeds, that 5-1 game, and ever since then you've been showing love, and we love what you do, bro. And long may it continue. We're gonna keep doing this as the season goes on. Hopefully. Yeah, of course, bro. Hopefully, we're able to do like a FA Cup final, a Champions League. Oh, I'm not gonna get too gassed, but
I mean, look, if it happens, it's gonna be a big party, man. I might even have to try to get a ticket to one of these types of things, boy, because I went to the last FA Cup final. I think it might have been the last final we was in. I was at Wembley, and it was mad, but it is. But
when Lingard scored the screamer, that one, 2015.
Yes, that one. Yeah, that one.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, bro.
It was a day. It was one of those days where like everything you want in a football match, it was right there for that day. It was amazing. But yeah, man, big yourself up, man, because like, to be honest, you guys do some good work. I love the stuff that you do. Obviously, I'm gonna put your description, your link in the description below, so people can follow you, can subscribe to you, can listen to you, and also I'll shout out the merch page as well in the description as well. But yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you, boss. That's a nice Ajax jersey you got there too. That's a fresh drop.
Bro. Yeah, this thing.
Wavy, 3 little birds.
Come on, this thing's wavy. This thing's wavy. But yeah, man.
Sir.
Let me get in some more comments before we move on. Ferbs, big up Ferbs. He did a couple shaky moments though. I think he's referring to Varane here. I'm gonna definitely get some old school Serie A merch here. There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about in terms of Serie A as well, man. There's a new show that's coming on the channel soon, and a lot of people are going to be excited to hear about it. We don't talk about the FA Cup final. You're Rob. No, you weren't. Alan Pardew was doing up that dance, and then everything kind of went to shit. But you already know what it is. Big up Rich and big up D-Star. He said Ollie out. Maybe not after today. Let's leave that conversation for another day. You get me? But Quab, I think you're on mute. But yeah, man. Talk
Yes,
to me about
sir. Don't
Rafael
worry. I
Varane.
can hear you.
Talk to me about Rafael Varane, man. How did you feel his
Hey, like I
performance?
said, man, dude, like like I said, he's brought maturity. Like now, I can see that Wan-Bissaka is kind of like under his wings, you know.
Mm,
And so it's like the dude is really, really like he's not had a bad game for me. Like he's had it out a solid 8/10 all the games he's played, you know.
mm.
And I know that there's gonna be a game he's gonna have an off game, you know, because he had a lot of that at Madrid, you know. So, but
Yeah.
like, hey, perfect dude, man. And I love how we brought him in, we brought Ronaldo in, that they have that connection. It's like
Mm.
best of both worlds, man. For real.
Come on. Big up Fervs again. Joe Linton rolled him in the box and got a shot off. He possibly could have done better on their goal. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think that the mistakes kind of piled up with that one, man. You saw Luke Shaw got spun by Almiron, and then Maguire made the mistake. He slipped or he got spun, and then obviously Varane was the last line of defense, tried to dive in, and then it just ended up being a goal for Newcastle. But it is what it is. Bruno with that
Yeah.
rocket. Talk to me about Bruno's rocket today, man. Like, how was his performance for you today?
Me ba. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, I did not expect that. You know, Bruno shoots, but I mean, he can shoot 20 and I'll at least 6 will get on target. But that shot was amazing. Like, oh my God, yo, that was like the perfect hit. And it's like we need that in his locker. You know, he shoots a lot and he's always like he likes to like he doesn't care about shooting and missing. That's one thing I like about him. Because most of our players don't want to shoot outside of the box. But Bruno will shoot. And that shit reminds me of what's it called? You remember Rooney versus Fenerbahce? That he had the same similar shot. I think it was his first Champions League or
the hat trick.
It was
a hat trick, yeah.
Yeah, it was a hat trick.
Yeah.
He had that shot. He had a crazy shot just like that. So hey,
I need to
good performance, man.
Yeah. All right. So Lingard got that final goal to close the game off. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about him before. We said that how he's here for the vibes. He stayed for the vibes. He's rejected a new contract in the midweek. He's got his goal today. He looks happy, and he got his goal today. And how do you feel Lingard is going to contribute to this team for the rest of the season?
Lingard always been a good player. You know, his link-up play, how he plays, it's always been good. I would not mind if he left because he needs to play. The guy still has talent in him. And if he's accepted to come off the bench, that's fine because we will have some games where our first team will not be doing good. And we just need that spark. And Lingard always bring that spark, you know. So I feel like, hey, it's good for us. You know, he's comfortable. He's happy to come off the bench. Just play him, you know. Because, like, Lingard is, I feel like Lingard is not a starter. He's someone who comes off the bench, you know. He's a role player.
Yep.
So it's like, hey, as long as he's accepted it, let's go.
Cool.
Let's go.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, man.
No.
I agree with you. Like, it's one of those things where you need a squad. You need your squad players to be up for it, basically, and to be ready to be called on. We've had it in some of our greater squads in our history, where you have a player like Ji-Sung Park who can come into a game. You have a player like Phil Neville or Nicky Butt that can come into a game and do a job. So yeah, Lingard being there and his added experience, he's also won some trophies with United, and you know he's a local lad and he knows what it is to be a United player. I think he's going to be useful for us, but he has to also accept that he's not going to be a starter for us, and it is what it is. Let me get into some more comments before we got a couple more topics before we wrap up. Big up D Star in the chat. He said great performance from United, but we've got to remember Newcastle are shocking. And he said Bruno's goal was spectacular. Pogba, unreal again today. He has to sign that new contract, man. What are you saying?
Listen, I'll be fair. I'm a United fan. I love him. He's my favorite player. But if Pogba wants to get to the next level and win trophies and stuff, it's either United build around him or he has to leave. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not gonna be all up in my hype about this. You know, I feel like he will. If we cannot win any trophy this season, he has to leave. I'm sorry to say, he has to leave because he came back and helped us. You know, and we still cannot get it above the edge. And you can tell he want to win something. You can tell he knows if he leaves without a trophy, it's a failure. Like it's a definite, at least win a Premier League or something. I wish he would stay, but if we're not gonna build around him, then look, he has to go. No,
I mean, yeah, so, I mean, I said it before.
Sorry to say, man.
Sorry, man, but yeah, I was saying before the start of the season that how he didn't want to sign that contract, and I think it's just a matter of ambition. It's got nothing to do with anything else. He wants to win trophies. He's at that point in his career where now it's about legacy. And yeah, you're right. Like if he doesn't win anything major, he hasn't signed anything. He can leave for free at the end of the season, and he'll have his pick of options where he wants to go. He can go to PSG, he can go back home to Paris. He can go to Real Madrid and be a part of their new kind of rebuild that looks like they're going to be doing. You know, Mbappe might go there. Haaland could go there. You know, you never know who could go there for Real Madrid. So, you know, I mean, I would love for him to sign, but I think, you know, we get to enjoy him for one more season at his best, and you never know what that could throw up. Yeah, but let's get into this last topic before we wrap up.
I wish, honestly,
go on.
I wish he would break the assist record. We're gonna win the Champions League. Then just let a man live in peace. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, in the Premier League, he will never be accepted. This is a fact that I'm saying right now. Regardless, if let Pogba play the best ball he will ever play, they will always be like, oh, but can he do it consistently? Can this, can that? They will never accept him, you know? So, like, there's been great players like Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure, I believe he's the best midfielder in the Premier League. I would argue with anybody about this. But look, City is building a statue for Silva. And
Silva and Aguero, I think.
Yeah, and Aguero, and y'all forget about Yaya. Come on, like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's like,
I agree, but we already know what that is. It's a different thing. We ain't gonna discuss that here. But yeah, I agree with you, because like there's disrespect on his name, because that guy, what he was doing at that period of time, this guy was scoring goals for fun from midfield. And the thing about it is, he wasn't even an attacking midfielder. That was he was doing it from deep. So it's crazy. But hey, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
We move.
All right. So last topic. United are joint top of the league with Chelsea. Chelsea won today. We've got 10 points from 12. And so it's a better start than last season.
Yes.
What do you think this holds for United? Is this the start of something big? Can we make a big statement to the league and really challenge for this title this season? What do you think?
Yes, I think we can. Like you said earlier on, let's go on a run, make teams understand that, yo, we are for real. And ones that, you know we can always win away games. Now let's make our home a fortress. That's what I like about Chelsea. Chelsea, you are not going into the Stamford Bridge thinking you are going to win.
Yep.
They know that they're going to give you a hard time. Let's make Old Trafford that like the back in the days, you know. So I feel like our next games. Let me see. We play what we have some kind of like an easy matchup, you know. So West Ham, Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester. Before we play Liverpool, we should not lose these games.
Yep.
These games, no. Let's win this game and go to actually Liverpool is coming to us. And we know when Liverpool it comes to the Old Trafford, they always struggle. You know. So I feel like if we can win and beat Liverpool, that's a statement. That's a statement right there.
Yeah.
You know? So
I hear you.
Like I said, I believe, like I said, right now we have a winner. You know, Ronaldo hates losing, and I feel like he's the one people listens to in the dressing room, because honestly we had no leader, you know, and now we have a true leader. So now like things are gonna change, and I just hope, like, because I was gonna pitch this to you. What do you think about sometimes playing Teles and Dalot as the wingbacks?
I mean, I think for the players that we have in our squad, the wing back system is probably the best, because when you look at it, right, if we was to play a 3 at the back, so you play Varane as the central, then you play Maguire as the left, and then Lindelof as the right, then in midfield you can play Pogba, Matic, and then you got your wing backs, so you've got Dalot and Teles, and then you've got Bruno, and then you can play two up top. I think it can work, but it's one of those things where you know, Ollie's only used it a handful of times. Like I remember the PSG game away, and we got the win, and then he tried it in the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea, and we lost the game. So it's just about, we've got the players to be able to play it, but it's just about practicing it in training and getting used to certain situations that may arise on the pitch. And me personally, I think he's stuck to this 4-2-3-1, and for right now, it's working. But you know, there's some tactical flexibility there. We can use it if we need it. But it's another thing, and you know, we're coming up to an hour. It's been a great show. Big up everybody. Big up everybody in the comments. It's been a great stream. I want to big up yourself, Quab, Bick from Raw Football Talk. Thank you guys for joining me on this stream. The links to all of your stuff is going to be in the description, so people can follow you up, they can subscribe to you and all of that. But yeah, man, we're wrapping up right here. I want to say to everybody, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We're going live so many times this season. United beat Newcastle 4-1. Let me get into this last comment from Bick. On here. Always a great time, fellas. Thank you very much for joining us. United beat Newcastle 4-1 in the Premier League. 2 goals from Ronaldo, 1 from Bruno, and the final goal from Lingard. We're top of the league. Boy, I'm gassed. I'm happy.
It's up from here, and it's up.
Come on. But yeah, man, this is it. Pros Only TV. We are out. Peace.
Okay.